The main reason why good men are single is because the women that they want to be with don't want to be with them. And the women that want to be with them, they don't want to be with. And they just end up being alone. And then they look at all the other happy couples out there and wonder why they don't have that. And they think to themselves, I'm not asking for a lot. They just want someone that they find attractive and has a great personality. But women also want someone that they find attractive and has a good personality. And in the end, no one's really happy because they can't find someone that they find attractive and has a good personality. People are single because they can't find the person that they're looking for. Someone that has the personality that they like and the physical traits that they like. They want someone that they find attractive, someone that's honest, trustworthy, loyal, and just someone that they want to spend the rest of their life with. And it's not asking for a lot. I think everyone deserves to be with someone that they like. But when you're looking for all of those qualities and being able to find someone that has those qualities and someone that you can get along with, it's the combination of everything that makes it difficult to find someone that you actually want to be with and someone that you're actually compatible with. Because it's tough to get along with people. Being in a relationship is difficult. Everyone is their own person with their own thoughts and opinions. And everyone has their own way of dealing with things and how they handle certain situations. And you're going to get into arguments. And you're going to have to figure out how to talk things out, how to deal with disagreements, how to compromise in a relationship, because you're never going to find someone that wants to do everything that you want to do in the way you want to do it. You're going to have to compromise, and the other person will have to compromise too. And you have to balance out accepting the person for who they are, and that person has to accept you for who you are. But at the same time, people don't stay the same. It's either you grow together or you grow apart. So they have to accept you for who you are, but at the same time, you have to grow as a person. You have to improve as a person. Because if the other person is the only one that's improving, bettering their life, and you're not improving, eventually, y'all will grow apart. And I think that's one of the most difficult things about a relationship, because no one really wants to be with someone that stays stagnant for the rest of their life. They're always that same person and they never grow as a person. And that's what most relationships struggle with the most. It's being able to balance out accepting someone for who they are and also wanting to see that person grow with you. And to be able to find someone with all of those qualities is very difficult. Someone who has those qualities but is also attracted to you and someone who likes you, it's hard to find. It's better to be alone than to be in a bad relationship, because being in the wrong relationship can really mess you up. And a lot of times good men just don't want to deal with all the troubles that come with a relationship. And a lot of times they feel like they don't have that many good options out there. When a man wants to be with a girl, he's looking for someone that's wifey material. And when he looks at where society is going, he loses hope, because it just seems like every girl just wants to party and hook up. And a lot of women get confused thinking a lot of men want them. But just because a lot of men want to sleep with you doesn't necessarily mean they want to be with you. Men are looking for women that are wifey material, that doesn't just want to party all the time and get attention from other men. They want their girl to be in love with them. They don't want their girlfriend to need other men's attention for validation. They want a girl that values themselves and will be happy with their man without needing other men's validation to feel good, to make them feel like they're valued, and someone that's going to be loyal and not look for better opportunities to leave the relationship. Because there's always going to be someone out there that's better than you. There's always going to be someone out there that's more attractive, has a better personality, funnier, has more money. So it's about finding someone that's going to be loyal in the relationship, someone that's actually committed in the relationship, because building a future with someone requires a lifelong commitment. Men don't want to build a future with someone that's just going to leave when things get hard. They don't want to be with someone that just wants to stay when times are good, because hard times will come. That's a part of life. They want someone that's going to be there when they're struggling, because that's who really cares about you. People that are only there when times are good and leave when times are bad, they don't care about you. It's the ones that are there when you have nothing to offer them and they still stay. Those are the people that care about you. And that's what men are looking for in a relationship and in a friendship. Someone that's not going to betray you or cheat on you. Men really just want a peace of mind. They don't want to deal with all that drama, all those unnecessary problems. And sometimes when you can't find that, it's better to be alone. I feel like most men would want to be in a relationship if they could find a person that has all the qualities that they're looking for. If they could find the girl of their dreams, they would much rather be in a relationship, because sometimes you do get lonely when you're single for a long time. But sometimes when men look at the reality of things, being alone is the better option, because men have to build everything from the ground up. We're born with no inherent value. We have to create value. No one's just going to marry us and give us the life that we want to live. We have to build the life that we want to live. And we have to find someone that's going to make our life better. We don't want to deal with all that drama. Someone that's just going to leave. Because if a man marries the wrong person, it can destroy everything that they've built. And they'll have to split half in divorce. And what's more messed up about it is if their partner cheats on them and the marriage falls apart and they go through a divorce, their partner gets rewarded for doing something wrong, is happy about the divorce because they got to enjoy their time with another man and take half of everything he's built. Not only is he heartbroken, but he feels like he got screwed over, and no one cares about how the man feels. The world just doesn't favor men, and women also don't give good men a chance, because good men might not be their ideal type. All the good men are in the friend zone because women don't find them attractive. And a lot of times good men, they think about how a girl feels. They're very considerate. So sometimes they won't approach women because they don't want to bother them. And they think about, even if they see a girl that they're interested in, if they're at the gym, they would think about maybe it's not the best time to go talk to her. Or sometimes just in general, they don't want to come off as being rude, because a lot of times women just want to be left alone. But bad boys, on the other hand, they're not very considerate. They don't really think about a girl's feelings. So if there's a girl that they like, they'll approach them and they'll tell a girl everything they want to hear to get what they want, but never really does what he says in the relationship. And women only give attention to guys that they find attractive. And a lot of times women will stay in these bad relationships because the guy is attractive, but they're not very happy in that relationship. Good-looking guys are perceived in a better way, and they get more chances. So naturally, a lot of women end up with them. And it turns out that that's not the relationship that they're looking for. But they'll keep trying. And it's going to be a relationship where they break up and get back together, and break up and get back together. And the only reason why they keep trying is because they find that guy attractive. If it was a guy that they didn't find attractive, they would have been left and moved on. And a lot of men just get confused. They know that nice guys finish last, and then they try to act like a bad boy, and they still can't get any girls. If you're an unattractive bad boy, you won't get any girls, and you're going to be seen as the bad guy. And a lot of good men are single because they don't have game. Just because you're a good man doesn't mean you have game. And a lot of good men know how to treat a girl right, but don't know how to say everything a girl wants to hear. But bad boys do. Bad boys are very confident, and they're able to say everything that you want to hear to get what they want. And a lot of good men don't know how to approach girls, or how to start a conversation with a girl, or how to keep a conversation going. They don't even know what to say. And they might be awkward in person, or they might feel awkward in conversations, but they know how to treat a girl right. But I think the main problem with a lot of good men is perhaps they do a lot in their mind. They put a lot of effort in their mind, but in reality, they haven't done anything to prove to the girl that they are a good man. They might think they would do this and do that, or they do a lot in their mind, but in reality, they haven't done anything. I think that's actually a problem a lot of men have. They think they'll do everything for a girl, but how would a girl know if they haven't seen it? So sometimes it is the man's responsibility to be able to communicate and to be able to express himself and how he feels. Because to build a connection with someone, you have to be able to have a good conversation. That's how you build deep connections with someone. If you don't know how to have a conversation with a girl, how will she even know what you're thinking about? How will she even know that you're a good man? So a lot of times you can't just imagine being a good man. man. You have to be one. Because if you just sit there and be shy, no one knows what you're thinking about. No one really knows who you are. So sometimes you kind of have to see it from the girl's perspective. And also, I think a lot of men think they have a good personality, but they don't really have a good personality. Like, sometimes you really got to ask yourself, why do you think you have a good personality? Sometimes you got to think, how is being shy and not being confident and always nervous, how is that a good personality? Sometimes you got to see what other people see when you're around them. You can have a good personality in your head, but sometimes people don't see that if you don't express yourself. If you don't talk to people, if you don't get to know people, how do people even know you have a good personality? Sometimes you got to think outside the box. Imagine if you could see yourself outside of your body, walking outside, being around people on a day-to-day basis, and see how you act around people. Would you think that you have a good personality? Without knowing about yourself, just seeing what you do and how you are, just being shy, nervous, not really talking to anyone. Would you think that that's a good personality? Or if you're someone that's just inconsiderate of others around you and you kind of just do whatever you want and everything's about you, is that a good personality? Sometimes you got to ask yourself these questions, and it really takes building your awareness and really questioning why you're not where you are in life, not just career-wise, but friendships and relationships. And ask yourself, how are you going to fix it? Because you can't control a lot of things in life. A lot of things are out of your control. You can only control what you can control, and that's your actions. So sometimes you are dealt with the worst hand, but you can still make the best move. Do what's best for you moving forward. That's really all you can do. At the end of the day, life is pretty random. Things happen when you least expect it to. Sometimes you worry about one thing, but it turns out that's not even something you should have been worried about. It's actually something else, because something else happened, and now you're stressed about that something else. It's usually the things you never even think about. That's what you end up being stressed about. So a lot of times, all this overthinking is kind of useless. A lot of times, you just got to be in the present moment and just make the best decisions. And perhaps sometimes it is better to be alone until you find the right person, because it is a big decision in life to be committed with someone, to build a future with someone. It's not really something that people should take lightly. You should not just rush into marriage, rush into a relationship, because if you do marry the wrong person, it can mess up your life. It can mess up your momentum of chasing after success, becoming successful, maintaining it, and just going further in life. Because sometimes heartbreak does stop you. It hurts. It will slow you down. Sometimes things do slow you down. So a lot of times it does take getting to know a person and truly believing that this is the person you want to spend the rest of your life with before marrying them. It's not about just being happy for one day and celebrating marriage, because that's not the finish line. It's just the beginning. There's still a lot of life ahead of you, even after marriage. You have to be able to maintain that marriage, be able to work things out. And sometimes you really got to think about, is this the partner that you want for life? Because that will be the partner that you'll have for life. So you really have to choose wisely. Going through divorce isn't like going through a breakup. There's a lot on the line. And if you're a successful man, you could lose half of everything you've built just by picking the wrong person to marry. And sometimes I do understand that some men have been single for a long time, and they might be getting a little bit older, and they feel like they're running out of time, and they want to rush into marriage and hurry up and start a family. But that's a big decision that should not be rushed, because a bigger problem will be marrying the wrong person and realizing that this is not who you want to spend the rest of your life with. But getting divorced is not as simple as breaking up. There's a lot on the line. The family's gonna fall apart. You're not gonna be in a good place. It's a tough situation to be in. Being in a relationship, it's just one part of life. There's other things to focus on, like friendships, your career, and most importantly, yourself. You have to take care of yourself. The only reason why you can build your life at all and live the life that you want to live is because you're healthy, because everything's maintained by you. Your life is maintained by you. So you have to take care of yourself before you can even build anything or maintain anything that you've built. So the most important person is you. You have to focus on you, because only you can build your life. Nobody can do it for you.